to say things that nobody else has the balls to say. Do I have everybody's attention now?
So here we are again. Another week down. Week 4, guys?
Yeah,
week 4. This is our month.
Podcast 4, yeah.
This is our month anniversary.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing something.
Drinks on me.
Drinks on me. You know, yeah. Come on down to Texas, everybody. All the viewers, just come to Texas. I'll buy the whole bar out for everybody there.
Come to Florida, and I'll let you.
Now I'm just going to do it to spite you.
Either way, you'll be hot as shit, regardless of which one you pick. So,
oh, yeah.
I mean, take it from there. Florida has water. Texas has Corpus. I mean, you make your mind up there. But what's up, YouTube? This is Greg, a.k.a. Merc. And then we have none other than Bryan,
from
a.k.a. Kills.
I'm pretty sure they know who they are by now.
Via another location. You know who they are now. I got to do the intro. I wouldn't be professional, I guess you can say, if we didn't do it. And then none other than the man of the hour, Des, a.k.a. the Media King. I'm going to call you the Media King. Anybody else who's trying to fuck with them, fuck with them. Go ahead and try it. You're not going to be able to do so.
He's the king.
He's the king.
Try to take his crown.
Try to take his crown. Try to make a YouTube channel and Facebook like ours, and then come talk to me.
Dude,
now,
no, seriously, don't do that, though, because we don't need the competition.
Already, 100.
We have 100 subscribers. That's another thing. Everybody who's been joining on YouTube, watching the videos, bringing the views in, telling your friends, thank you so much for the support. Everybody who's been liking the Facebook page, Twitter, we're getting up there. Not exactly all the way up there as far as our other competitors, but we're still better than them by all means. But still, thank you for the support. Continue to bring it to us, and we're going to be able to provide as we always do here. So let's go ahead and start the show off here. Now, of course, we got to do the Raw breakdown. That's the whole sell of this, you know. So let me go ahead and start with this. The segment between Daniel Bryan and Vince McMahon, they started the whole quote-unquote Daniel Bryan makeover to start the show. It was solid. Corporate makeover. It was solid segment there. Bryan had one hell of a promo on Cena. And here's the thing about that promo that was so effective is I truly think a lot of you know, the people who are wrestling fans who are tuning in right now, look back at when Rock and Cena were throwing shots at each other. They were using real life situations to take shots. Not second time around WrestleMania 29 shots. We're talking about 28. They were taking some serious blows at one another. Whether you think it was scripted or not, whatever the case may be, it doesn't change the fact that the words that were stated when they were going back and forth, they were truly what they felt. Daniel Bryan definitely put that kind of power in the promo that he started with. He stated everything he felt about Cena. He stated what he thought about his own image. He stated what he thought about if he left the company, where he'd go back to. I mean, he really, it was almost like a full circle promo just to see how far he's come. Definitely a solid sell there. If you don't continue to build him, WWE, Vince McMahon, Triple H, whoever the fuck it is, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, that's a money market just waiting to happen. And it's already happening as it is. I mean, how many people do you think are truly going to go out and buy those, you know, the beard is here shirts that he advertised? You're going to sell those like Twinkies when they came back. You're never going to be able to find them in the store. I mean,
which is sad because really anybody with a blank T-shirt could make that pretty easily.
Could make that pretty easily. It's a simple shirt, but you know what? You're going to buy it from WWE.com because you want Daniel Bryan's product. That's how well he's gotten over, and that's like you don't drop something like that. That's like if you would have dropped Punk when he was going to leave. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not smart for business.
As Fry would say from Futurama, take my money.
Take my money. Seriously, every fan is standing here, and every fan is tuning in, and they're saying, "Here, motherfucker, take this money. I don't care.
Just take it.
Just whatever Daniel Bryan does, just make sure he's still up top. That's what they want, and so I really hope they continue with this this push that they're giving him here.
So, now, Greg, do you really think Daniel Bryan doesn't think John Cena's technically sound wrestler?
He, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Cena. I'm a huge fan of Bryan. I mean, it's two, but see, the levels of respect come from two different areas. I respect the work that Cena's done, but I respect the admiration that Bryan has brought to wrestling itself. Like, you don't have many wrestlers out there.
So, are they trying to make Bryan the face of WWE or something?
I'm not gonna go as far as say
I wouldn't go that
face.
far.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't go as far as face. I'm going to say they're trying to make him the next big thing. What they did with
when
Punk,
CM Punk was the face for a while, Des?
There you go.
He's not quite to where CM Punk was
What
yet.
about Sheamus?
dude, that's a
Sheamus
fucking...
wasn't necessarily the face. He was just like...
Sheamus was a face, is what Sheamus was.
I wish.
Yeah,
I
he,
mean,
he was like the B or C guy.
Yeah.
I wish they
Yeah.
made him an A. I really liked him though.
He's still, I mean, he can still, I'm sure he'll still be used. By all means,
Well,
it's just...
Was he tonight?
No.
No.
No. I mean, Sheamus is effective. There are just certain guys who need to stay on SmackDown. It just makes more sense for them to stay there. If they really want to make SmackDown continue to be solid, they got to keep certain guys there. It's going to be the only thing that makes sense. And then, so hopefully they keep pushing Bryan. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and look at here as far as, I'm just going to hit the key points. The rest of the matches you guys already saw here. So the next thing that occurred there on Raw, that was the next big segment in my opinion, was between Kane and the Wyatt family. Now, obviously we knew Kane was going to make an appearance. I thought, when they had the whole cut video after the Wyatt family pretty much took out tons of Funk, those, oh God, so horrible.
Thank you.
When they took them, I mean, I was a fan of Brodus Clay, but where they're at now, it's just, it's pathetic. When they took them out there, of course, Bray Wyatt cut an amazing promo yet again, and then Kane came on the screen, and he brought something that none of us were expecting. Apparently, WWE is planning to have an Inferno match at SummerSlam. Last time we saw one of these was 2007 with MVP. So this is kind of a big deal for the wrestling community there. Interesting to see how they work this. This is definitely going to help further get over Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. Definitely. There's no question about it. Bryan, what do you think about that?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but have you noticed a more recent trend of, kind of seeing a little blood here, a little blood there, now an Inferno match where you have to light your opponent on fire?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump the gun, but are we maybe finally seeing the end of the PG era? I don't know.
I'm not saying it's the end of the PG era, but
No, I'm not saying it's
Right.
now, but are we trending that way?
there
finally?
you go. I think if they continue on the road that they are right now, with the way that they've been doing storylines, with the way that they've been doing the Vince Triple H thing, we're gonna have one hell of a WrestleMania that's coming up here. I'm gonna say that right now. It's definitely gonna be pretty damn epic if they continue to go the route they are. So they've been doing solid. They've went away from the kiddie bullshit. That's gonna help us wrestling fans because we won't look
Except
like
when John Cena's in the ring, then he.
let's not talk
kiddie
about that,
bullshit.
okay? Let's. You know what? Speaking of Cena, that was going to be the next thing.
Oh god.
John Cena's promo that he cut, whether you love or hate the guy, that promo was solid.
Okay.
It was a solid promo. I mean, he didn't sit there and bullshit about anything. He didn't sit there because I mean, I'm a Cena fan, but I'm not fucking stupid. That guy is not the best wrestler that WWE has.
What?
Have you
You
guys?
just shattered my vision of
Have you
WWE.
seen his
thought-
movie The Marine? He's a phenomenal actor.
I thought he was Hulk Hogan reincarnate.
No, he's not. I mean, but see, Hulk Hogan wasn't that great of an actor either, though. But I mean, whatever the case may be, though, there's certain people who put, he's seen it. There's the reason why he's the number one guy. No, he's the number one guy because he's a good company man. That's why it is. But I mean,
He toes the line better than anybody else.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan, imagine watching his sex tape and he'd be like, the Hulk
No.
smash. No?
No, fuck
No.
No.
We're not even.
Let me tell you something, brother. Roll
we're
over.
not- we're- We'll talk about the destruction that Hogan did in a little bit here, but the promo Cena put on. Oh, no homo. By the way, no homo at all.
Nice save.
But pretty much the promo Cena put together was solid. He spoke the truth as well once more. It had that feel of like when The Rock and Cena went back and forth at each other. So next week, I'm
one
sure
thing I'll give Cena credit for is at least he could take a hint when the fans start chanting boring.
He
just
does.
kinda cut-
He does, and the reason what makes Cena so effective is he interacts with the fans regardless of how much they like him or hate him. He does interact with them when he does his promos, and that goes to show. Like, I mean, hell, he cuts a better promo on the spot than what the fucking Rock can, obviously. So, I mean,
Whoa.
you know,
Okay, I'm going to put a stop to the Cena
Wow.
talk. Because I feel like we would be remiss if we gave Cena more time than CM Punk after what went
it's
down.
true.
with him and
After
Brock
what
Lesnar.
went down. So either way, close it off. Cena, if he continues to do promos like that, he's going to continue to go ahead and gain a little bit more respect from the people. Now on to Punk. I had a feeling that the Punk Axel match was, I mean, obviously it was going to be a work to go to something bigger, which it was.
Yeah.
We knew that. If you're a real wrestling fan, your comments will tell you knew that. I wasn't expecting Lesnar though. That did throw me off. I like how they market Lesnar. I mean, yeah, he's not there all the time, but Lesnar, I got to tip my hat to him. He's there for when it matters, and that's more than what a lot of individuals can say. You know, who are part-timers. I mean, he's there when it matters. And Lesnar has shown up and he's made these Raws and the segments with Punk that much better. And, I mean, the
thing I love about Lesnar is I think he knows he's just horrendous on the mic. So in that post-beatdown interview, he's stumbling his way through it. He saved it by just saying, Paul, say something stupid. Nothing has been funnier than him just turning to Heyman and saying.
Yeah. And I mean, and Heyman, I mean, he's the perfect mic piece for guys like that. I mean, obviously, Lesnar, he's good for business, but I mean, he's not good for the mic. But whatever the case may be, the feud between these two is going to be great. I am excited beyond belief for this SummerSlam match. I'm going to be there, by the way, so I'm going to be watching that there. It's going to be one element. That's like one of the best builds that they've done with Lesnar as far as that goes since he's been back, aside from when he came back with the whole Cena thing. So I'm feeling this. It's going to be really good. You know, Axel.
As long as Punk doesn't get put in a table match with Ryback next week.
Just keep Punk as far away from fucking Ryback as you can. Curtis Axel did great in-ring work tonight as well with Punk. I got to go ahead and commend that. I know that's just not really even the big deal there, but he's one hell of a job.
And when the crowd starts chanting, "This is awesome" to a Curtis Axel CM Punk match, you know that kid has a bright future.
Yeah. And so he just needs a little bit more work, but he's going to get there definitely. So looking over that went good. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and touch on is the final match with the triple threat Shield versus Cena versus
6-man tag.
That's a triple threat? Oh, God.
Yeah,
fuck.
Oh my god.
Error. 6-man tag match with the Shield and with Randy Orton, Cena, and Daniel Bryan. There we go. Now I'm back accurate there.
We don't need to cover this with a whole lot. All we really need to say is, it was a good match. I thought it was just going to be another little bit of a squash of the Shield to help build, the dynamic of Orton with Money in the Bank and Bryan.
Well, technically Shield lost. But
Shield lost.
But it wasn't.
It was a
bad.
disqualification.
When they received the beating and started running for the hills,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we go again.
You know what? That was another one of those things where it had a bigger purpose beside the match, and that was to put over Orton. I mean, Orton, they're obviously getting him back up there slowly but surely. He makes a lot more sense as a heel in that show tonight. Obviously, as far as Shield, he was about to cash in. People who didn't see it, Shield came in right when he was about to cash in. They were like, "Fuck that! You're not going to get in this ring." And sure enough, Orton walked his ass right back to the back, and Daniel Bryan got, of course, the powerbomb, the triple powerbomb.
After a spear to Cena, which
was fucking brutal, by the way. Cena's face looked like he shit himself like twice. So, overall, it was the Shield. I'm glad to see them still using them in a main event capacity. They got to keep them relevant. If they're going to be planning to make them go against the Wyatts, it's WrestleMania 30. That's my prediction there.
Oh, that would be epic.
That would be. So solid Raw there. So next thing we're going to move on to, while we're talking on the base of wrestling, I'm going to give this is another thing, like I'm sure Brian will agree with me, this isn't going to get much of our time.
No.
TNA, Dixie Carter, you guys are fucking idiots. I'm sorry. There's
You're being
no
generous by calling them.
And I'm being generous.
By calling them fucking idiots, you're making fucking idiots look bad.
It's horrible. Dude, it's horrible. You build up all of these promos. You make it like you're going to bring in something big, like make quote-unquote impact, pun intended, and you bring in Tito Ortiz, who's past his time in UFC, and he's a mixed martial artist. For those who don't know, he's a well-known mixed martial artist. He's not a wrestler.
He just stood there. That's not even the worst of it. If he's gonna come in and make this impactful debut, August 1st, warning, blah blah blah. All he did was stand in the ramp with his arms crossed, staring in the ring while Rampage Jackson, who is a horrendous actor, I pity his acting. That's what I pity.
It's horrible, dude.
Staring like, oh no, it's Tito Ortiz. Oh god.
Have you guys ever heard of the show Big Brother? Anyone?
Of course I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
There's this guy who was a contestant, I believe, season 8, 7, by the name of Jesse, who now's wrestle for
Wrestling
TNA.
with them, yeah.
Oh, I forgot his name. I forgot his promo name.
Yeah, he goes by the name of Jesse.
Oh.
I mean, they had him come in with an angle where he was the Hollywood boyfriend, quote unquote, for one of the female wrestlers they had.
Right, yeah.
Named Victoria. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, it's just honestly like the idea
is looking for celebrities while they release legitimate
stars, and that's not even the worst of it. Like even prior to when you guys had good stars, you still sucked. I mean, it's like
you were still no WWE.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's not shitty storylines, it's you're trying to keep up with WWE. You're not gonna keep up with them. You're not going to be...
Barrett went home and said, nah, I can't.
And he's smart, because he knew. I mean, dude, honestly, these guys, it was a train wreck waiting to happen. All TNA did was take all of the egos and put them into one company and think they can do something, aside from Sting. Sting just simply has a vendetta against WWE, which I hope is going to be buried relatively soon while they can still use some kind of use.
When he sees, like, what's going on, you wish he'd...
Dude, from getting rid of the 6-sided ring, to trying to move to Mondays, to the Jeff Hardy incident, to Kurt Angle's fucking 15th million DUI. I mean, I can go for days.
Let me give you a sneak peek what went on inside these meetings. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm going to save this company by bringing in Brooke Hogan to run the women's division, brother.
Fucking beyond stupid, dude. And I can't even get a good laugh out of it because it's just for me. It's that bad. Like you had potential. Don't get me wrong. You had potential not to beat WWE, but you sure as hell would have been my pick to watch something on Thursday for. You would have been my pick to, or on occasion, order your pay-per-views. But no, you had to go ahead and make it shit. I mean, it's fucking stupid. Like,
okay, you know what? I have an idea for the three of us. I think we all need to travel to a TNA show and get right in the area where the camera is and just have, like, lifeguard outfits on and throw them like a little raft or something like that says WWE on it. And just be like, come on, we're here to save
jump
you.
Jump ship, seriously. Jump fucking ship while you can, because...
You have to pay me to go.
And I went, sure enough, I went to a TNA, they had TNA lockdown here in San Antonio, and I went to that with me and my friends. My friend Karina, she wanted to go ahead and go, so of course I'm going to go ahead and go with her there. Me and my friend Scott went with her. And, I mean, it's not even the pay-per-view was bad. I mean, that's when the Ace and Nate thing really was at its peak. That's when I thought, Brian, I remember I told you this. At that time, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to get better. And, then they just went right back to shit.
You had to say it. They were at like an all-time high, and then you went to a show and went, hey, this isn't half bad. And from there, it was just straight downhill.
Went downhill because they had the whole fake planning of throwing the trash in the... Okay.
I think we gave them enough time for TNA.
Yeah.
Pack your bags, TNA.
Yeah.
So aside from that, next up...
Sports.
Oh, God. Fucking A-Rod.
A-Rod.
How long was the suspension? 211 suspension?
I believe it's like 211.
Games.
It's the rest of this season starting Thursday, and then all of next regular season.
He's fighting it, though.
You want to know what the crazy thing is, man? The crazy thing is there's people, like, legitimately, there's people on my Facebook feed who were saying that A-Rod, apparently they still support this guy. And I'm like, fucking...
I think he deserved a lifetime ban. Shit,
he should have been gone.
He sat at a podium a few days ago and said, I really think we to get PEDs out of baseball. It's the best thing for the game. Really? And is that why you were leading people to a clinic that distributed them and are a multiple-time offender?
Before they found out he was part of it, or after?
No, this was after. This was when the suspension was looming. He's saying that. I'm like, dude.
And it's just kind of like, and you would think, like, when you have skill and talent like that, you can make money off of what you love. There's not many people in this world today who can make money or make a living off of what they actually like to do. If I had the ability to make a living off of basketball, why the hell would I do something as stupid as taking away that opportunity? Even if I mean, it's just like, you know what I mean?
Why risk it?
Exactly. It makes no sense. These dudes, and that's why a lot of stars, a lot of NFL, NBA, you call fucking soccer. I mean, any sport you look at, it's like these guys, like, you work so hard to get to this spot. Why take the chance to blow it? And it's like the whole Hernandez.
The lie of the whole thing is he's like, oh, I'm going to appeal because I want to play. No, you want to appeal so you don't lose all those millions of dollars, you money grubber.
It's fucking ridiculous. And they have more than, like, you have to think about that. This dude got paid millions. 1 million alone would last me for a year. He has millions, and he still wants more.
He's guaranteed $108 million on his contract.
And he still wants more. Like seriously, man?
So much more. He's upset because he's going to miss out on, I think, what was going to be like over 30 million, probably, between 30 and 50 million. But he was still due like 70 million after that. So what's the big deal? That's
so ridiculous.
Dude, that's so more ridiculous than most actors, unfortunately.
It is. And even they would because you have situations where actors don't do movies.
And he's a shitty actor.
Yeah. I mean, you have situations where actors don't do movies because they don't get enough as far as what they feel they should get paid. It's like, come on, dude, really? Like, go kill yourself.
Man, I'll be happy with $1,000 right now.
You know, right? This is becoming a nasty habit. That's 2 weeks in a row you're telling people to kill
Well, they can go fuck themselves. If you make millions of dollars and you're sitting here trying to make more, or you're sitting here pissed off because you can't get more, that's like me. If I had $100,000, that's like me bitching because I want another penny. If you don't pay me another penny, then I'm not going to do this damn movie, or I'm not going to play this sport. Like, what the hell is a penny to me? What the hell is another $1 million to somebody who's almost in the billions?
Right.
Like, come on.
A-Rod is the kind of rich where, like, he would take $100 bill just to light his cigar while he sits there and complains about not getting all his money.
Seriously.
My goodness.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. Honestly, it's like if you have talent, don't let it go to waste. Don't.
And this is not his first stint. He was caught before, I believe, when he was on the Rangers, right?
Yep. Well, he confessed later, and that was the whole thing. He's like, I made a mistake. I'll never do it again. You did it again. You're so lucky you're not banned for life. So lucky.
Should be.
Yeah. You want to know the reason why he's not banned for life? Because he brings in money.
Technically,
it's media.
Technically it will, because, I mean, once his suspension is up, who's going to bring him back, honestly?
Well, he's already under contract.
Wow.
It doesn't matter. We've seen crappy situations in sports before where people who shouldn't have came back. He's still good for business, unfortunately.
Yes,
I know
he's
that
still
sounds
under contract for another 3 years after the suspension.
Wow.
Even if he wasn't, he would still. I almost promise he'd still get signed. It's not. He's still going to be. He's going to draw money still.
Is he even good? Honestly.
No, not anymore.
I don't watch baseball, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Brian would be the one on that.
I can tell you, Mr. He went like 3 for 21 in the playoffs. He's not good.
Okay, so there you go.
Next topic, football.
Fuck you, A-Rod. A-Rod. I mean, I'm about to say A-Rod. Fuck you, A-Rod. Next topic. Let's talk about a smart move in sports. Now, let me say something before this gets twisted for anybody who's listening. I'm a huge Spurs fan. I'm
Okay. I'm not going to hate on
There's no shame in being fan of runner-up.
Yeah, there's no shame.
Let's not talk about that, please. Greg Oden, I would have loved him on the Spurs. We were one of his final options. I would have loved him on the Spurs, regardless of him being injury-prone. I think, not everybody has that effect there like T-Mac. I would have loved if he would have came to the Spurs. He chose to go to the Heat.
Okay.
Now, smart move. I mean, even though that's not
a championship, he wants a team that's going to take care of him as far as not be demanding of him physically. And they even flat out told him, "We don't need you in the early season. Take your time."
And the most logic reasoning here is he needed a big man. A lot of people, they might have LeBron, they might have D. Wade, they might have Ray Allen, they might have Anderson, they might have Joel Anthony, they might have the people they need, but he needed a legitimate big man.
And a point guard too. They don't need a
Chris,
point guard.
yeah. Well, no,
Chalmers is decent enough.
they got Chalmers. I'm about to say Chalmers is good. I mean, Bosch is a good power forward, but he's not a center.
But you have to look at it this way. The East is looking a lot more stronger now than it was last
A hell of a lot
Oh,
stronger.
of course. Derrick Rose is back.
Okay,
Miami
look at
Miami
Brooklyn.
Had a walk in the park. Yeah, Miami had a walk in the park.
Don't get me started on Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn's
Indiana
still
signing
gonna finish
Scola. They're looking
Dude,
good. Indiana's looking
telling
really good.
Indiana's up and coming. I don't care what anybody says. Indiana is a strong-ass team. The East looks so much more competitive this year, which is why I cannot wait till NBA starts. Because and this is on both sides. Even the West has its teams that are up and like the Clippers.
I'm calling it now. The Lakers are gonna have a better season this year than last season.
They might. It all depends. It all depends. I'm not going to take that away. I'm not going to. I don't. Brian. The curse of the White House.
I'm breaking my own rule. I'm bringing them up. Moving on.
You know what? It's just like the NBA looks extremely exciting this year, but Greg Oden, he made you guys need to just leave him alone. He made a move.
Taking his crutches to South Beach.
He made a move that was smart. You can't knock him for it. So more power to you there.
And he's the league minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I just thought about that. You're right. Yeah, because I remember reading that.
Two-year contract, league minimum, player option for the second year. So what could really go wrong? If he's healthy, he doesn't take the player option, signs somewhere else for a lot of money.
He has them Forrest Gump knees. I'm not going to lie.
We'll see. I mean,
That was a good analogy, right? No? Okay.
That was.
No, not really.
I thought it was. I mean, I had to really with the gears.
I see a small difference between Greg Oden and Tom Hanks.
Yeah, but he ran all weird like he had glass knees. Okay.
You know what? Aside from Greg Oden, let's go ahead and usually at this point of the podcast we have that one topic that just stands out, and I'm gonna let Brian guide us with that topic. So Brian, go ahead and let the individuals who are tuning in right now know what that topic is going to be.
It's just something that's been on my mind because I've been encountering it more lately, and it's just fucking stupid, inconsiderate people. And I know everybody has to encounter these people on a daily basis. The kind of people who are stayed at like a green light just not moving because they're texting and you're like, hello, fuckface, look up. Or people that just block doorways for no good reason whatsoever.
Are people
and you're
who
like,
are on
yeah,
your ass when you're driving and they just fucking... That's annoying.
Yeah, people are on your ass.
You ever had that when you're driving a car and they're tailgating the crap out of you?
See, you know what? Both of you guys said something that I maybe do sometimes when I drive. So I might be one of those inconsiderate people. This is you're one of the type of inconsiderate people who I'm going to go ahead and look at because I can't go ahead and criticize myself at the moment.
Okay.
Let's look at inconsiderate people of... Now, let me go ahead and put it like this. Why text someone, people, if you're not going to respond back? That's inconsiderate.
No, don't change this. What is it you do? Are you the person who stays stopped at a green light?
I'm the person who will send a text before I go. I'm the person where if you're going slow in front of me...
All I have to say to you, Greg, is look up at the light, fuckface. It's
fucking... If you're in front of me, get your ass out of the way. Stop going so slow. All right? I got places to be. I got people to see. We don't need slow individuals in front of me. I'm sorry. It's just... That's just my take on it as far as when I drive.
Here in Florida, that's a ticket, right? It's crazy.
Well, you know what? Fuck Florida. I don't live there. I live in Texas.
Speaking of Florida, right? How do you live down here with all the crazy, slow, old people that are just as inconsiderate because they're senile?
I just stay in the Spanish neighborhoods. You know how it is.
Yeah, there are no old people there. They know better.
I'm telling you, man. There's another level of inconsiderate there. There's inconsiderate like that, and there's inconsiderate like actions.
What about... when you do text someone, but they take like 40 minutes to reply?
Inconsiderate.
I hate that.
That isn't. Well, they could be busy. I mean, who are you to go after somebody for not getting back to you right away?
What if
their life doesn't revolve around you texting them?
They text me and I take a moment of my own time and reply.
That's a personal choice.
But I reply and it takes them an hour.
Okay. Let me switch it up. Let me switch it up here, Des, because I'm going to save you on this one, dude. All right, Brian. Let's look at it like this. Let's say if I sent you a text, Brian, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing, Brian? And you're like, hey, nothing much, man, just at work. What about you? And I don't get back to you, right?
Yeah.
But you see me, making status.
Well, you could be at work too. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Then you see me on Facebook, talking shit,
Right,
doing
on the
Facebook,
timeline.
and then I'll message you back like about, let's say, 40 minutes after that.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
inconsiderate.
well, then obviously that person's just a dick.
Thank you. Point proof.
If you can see them on social media doing other stuff before texting you, that person's a dick.
And that happens
Yeah.
a lot. I've
You
messaged
text me.
chicks.
You're like, hey, Brian, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm at the beach. And you're like, oh, cool. What are you doing? And then, like, there's no reply. I probably went in the water.
Well, see,
Who fucking knows?
no, that's understandable. But I've messaged chicks on Facebook, and they don't reply, but they're posting shit on their statuses and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, God. We're not.
why are you messaging me for? What the fuck?
We're heading on a slippery slope that is
I
going
was
to
about
take
to say,
another
dude,
topic. So we're just going
That
to...
would take a whole other podcast.
That's
You would have to get like a
inconsiderate, though.
to talk about that one. It
It
is.
is considerate. I completely agree.
See,
And
that's women inconsiderate though. We can't even. I can't.
hey,
even
don't,
touch it. We can't
don't even
touch it.
touch on it, Greg.
Not
No.
even going to be touching it because it's going to take too damn long. And honestly, it's what they do. Aside from that, being inconsiderate overall is something that a lot of individuals do, though. But yeah, Brian, and topics like if you hit them up and then they're doing something. Oh well, you're busy.
So I was visiting my friend this weekend, right? One of my good friends named Gabe, and
You say Gabe?
Gabe.
Okay.
And he lives in a pretty sketchy apartment, and he told me, yeah, it's pretty sketchy. So, the first thing I do, I walk up, and I'm wearing my earrings, brand new shoes, and it's just like a bunch of black dudes playing dominoes with music. And I'm like, oh boy, what am I getting myself into?
Why do we have to go?
Oh, boy, Greg.
But they were cool, though. But they were playing...
It doesn't matter.
No,
every week we have had a black plug-in somewhere in the fucking podcast.
It's just for you, Greg. I like fucking with you. That's all it is. That's all it is. But they were really...
It's all good fun, Greg. You have to know.
They were really
now.
nice guys, though. I'm like, wow, you guys are so nice.
Hey, that's good. That's good. That's good we didn't live up to the stereotype this time. I'm proud of it. Fuck you, Brian. Like, yeah, it's good.
What?
Okay. God,
Merc,
right.
you're probably the whitest black person I know.
That is a very true statement.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody told me that, I would probably be as rich as they were.
But there's nothing wrong with that, except for
And even though we live, far apart, Greg lives in San Antonio, I'm up in New Jersey. We have met and hung out at WrestleMania, and I can confirm he is a very white black man.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. Merc is a very nice young man, very respectable. I don't want to get into
But are you
it.
trying to, explain him to your parents?
I'm about to say, you know what? No, he might look a little bit intimidating, but trust me, I'll lighten up on you guys.
You seem like that one guy. If I see you in public, I'll be, oh shit, he looks like an angry black person. But then when I talk to you,
Whoa.
I'm not.
They call that profiling.
I'm just fucking around.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
See, if it's a Spanish person doing it, it's not really. But only if a white person does it, it's considered profiling. I don't know why. It makes no sense.
That is true. I can't say those things.
It makes
Otherwise,
no
I'm
sense. Yeah, it makes no sense at all. Where's the?
But it's hard to profile a white person.
Okay,
Isn't it?
have you guys heard about that thing on the news where there's a white group at a school and they're not allowed to make a white group that I can't explain.
What?
Okay, there's a school. And they want to make a club basically, and they want to have a only white club.
That's called the KKK.
Okay, but this is what they talk. Okay, I get that. Okay, and they want them to disband. What's the difference between a certain group making a certain group, NAACP? You got the Latin groups as well. Why is it when an ethnic group of Caucasians want to make a group as well, talking about the European cultures, nothing racial at all, because it's how does it look?
That is actually a really good question, Des. And the only response I can really say is there's a double standard.
Yeah, I love all races. I'm with
The only response that I can really say is this. You know what? When it comes to groups that are based on situations like that, even for African Americans, whatever you want to fucking call it, I don't know. Whatever the point may be there, it's just like, why even make groups like that? Well, that's what the fuck history's for if you want to learn about those or talk culture to those. Like individuals who do stuff like that, where it's only certain backgrounds that can join it. I think that's beyond stupid.
Yeah.
And I mean, in every
And
race,
that goes towards every race that has one. Yeah, I
every
agree.
race.
I agree.
White, black, Asian, fucking Muslim. I'm just kidding. It's every race. I mean, it's kind of like, come on, dude. Like, it's not like you learn that.
Well, that begs the question. Then, do you feel there's still a need for an organization like the NAACP?
I have no problem with it. But
you make me think too much right now.
I don't think the NAACP should have anyone associated with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, anything like them at all.
And can I just say, there is a real thing of irony in the fact that the name NAACP is pretty racist on its own because it refers to you as colored people.
Right.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, let me go. It's okay. Fuck Al Sharpton. All right, that's what I want.
I love that. Can this be a segment every week where we just vent about Al Sharpton?
I'm just saying, like motherfucker, you're not the ambassador of black people. Like, get your shit together. Go live your life.
Michael Jackson's ambassador of black people.
Michael Jackson is not the fucking ambassador of black people, but may he rest in peace.
That's frightening.
The point is, though, is Al Sharpton. Just fuck that nigga. That's all I gotta say.
Are you saying he doesn't speak for you, Greg?
No, does not, because Al Sharpton is the biggest piece of shit that I've ever seen.
Oh.
That stepped foot in this earth. Like he's illiterate.
Oh.
He's extremely illiterate. And
if you keep saying these things, he's gonna show up at your doorstep and call you a racist.
Oh God, I really hope he does. I'd fucking knock the shit out of Al Sharpton's old ass, make him get fucking constipation all in his diaper.
So Brian, how long are you in Florida for?
I am in Florida until next Monday.
And how's your tan? You get any sun?
It's doing all right, but honestly, it just can't compete with Greg, and I'm trying hard. But
for God's sakes, I just said, fuck Al Sharpton, and then we go right back.
I think I'm halfway to Greg. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're halfway to Greg. So now I'm my own breed of color now.
That's how we're gonna measure tans from now on a scale of 1 to Greg. On a scale of 1 to Greg, I'm about a 3.
I'm about like a 6.
That dark, okay. That's it.
I'm a 6. 6, 7.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys and fuck Al Sharpton. That's gonna go ahead and be what my main models will be for the night. That's pretty much what it's gonna come down to. So,
on that, just on a daily basis, I'm gonna be like,
hey, man.
fuck Al Sharpton. Great.
Honestly,
ooh, Brian, you can't say that. That's racist.
No, but I can because I'm quoting a black person.
He is quoting me, so therefore, I mean, it's just.
Haha! I found a loophole.
Learn something new every day. All right. All right, let's stop it. The talk on black people is over. It's done. It's done. It's out the water now. So it's about once more the end of another wonderful segment of us talking about random shit again. But hey, that's what you love. That's what you tune in for. So this is the ShowStoppers. Thank you for tuning in. And we will go ahead and see you guys on our next segment, which is going to be the weekly update, in which we do now.
Also, we might have future segments. I don't know, Greg, didn't you want to do some kind of let's review or something like that, or I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the movie reviews and the game reviews?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into all that, too.
Oh, yeah. Just be on the lookout. We have some good stuff coming. You keep bringing in the subscribers, the views, the likes, the hits, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We're going to go out and bring out more, how can we say it?
Content.
More product.
Yeah, more content.
There you go. So,
content. Perfect word, Des.
This is Greg. Bryan once more. Des once more. Thanks for tuning in.
Later.